In the former episode, we explained about Japanese religions, particularly about ancient Shinto religion and Buddhism as a form of Zen Buddhism in Japan, which was simultaneously and harmoniously worshipped by Japanese people from ancient times, since ancient times, in their day-to-day life. Shinto religion advocates about the relevant elements of nature as kami, which influence their day-to-day life, their domestic life, public life, etc. Shinto is also known as kami no michi. Kami no michi means the way of the divine gods. Kami is God, spirits, or whatever they are. And Shinto actually means Kami no michi, way of the divine gods. Today, Shinto religion is manifested with a collection of myths and natural source of beliefs, such as their native beliefs, their hereditary native beliefs, mythology, etc., to worship the different kami gods. These kami gods are consecrated in public shrines and domestic altars. These kami gods are consecrated in public shrines and in their domestic altars to worship. These kami gods are different in multitude, suited to various religious purposes, such as after war and its memories, war memorials, harvest festivals, and family sagas, to remember about family sagas, about domestic sagas. Shinto virtually means the kami ways, or the ways of the gods. Ways of the gods. And kami is defined as gods, spirits, essences, referring to the energy generating all the phenomena of nature. Therefore, kami is a term. Kami is a term. Kami is a divine term, referring to all the divinity, very sacred in all its essences, which form multitude forms of natural elements. They are such as the mysterious landscapes, trees, rocks, rivers, animals, place of honor after war expeditions, and people of unique qualities and talents who live to serve the emperor. The Japanese people believes that kami and people are not separate, but exist within the same world and share its interconnected complexities. The kamis possess all the energies of the natural forces and exist through generations by their traditional ways and worship, their religious modes of life. Today, Japanese people has more than 1 lakh Shinto shrines to worship the kami gods, and more than 80,000 hereditary priests in the country for these Shinto religious purposes. The 20th century Japan witnessed the calamities of World War II, the bombarding in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, the calamities, the disasters. Before that, before the 19th century itself, the traditional Shinto religion also became refined, and thereafter this religion has formed different Shinto religious sects as well. These Shinto religious sects This Shinto religious sects in Japan includes Tenrikyo, Konkokyo, Omotokyo, Shinrikyo, and others. There are 6 in diversity at the time. These are the relevant information we gathered about Shinto religion in Japan. It's a very condensed form of narration, albeit we are very satisfied to convey to the audiences. Now, the second prolonged religion, very important religion in Japan, was Buddhism. Buddhism first arrived in Japan during the 6th century BC. The Korean king Baekje sent the Japanese emperor a picture of the Buddha and some ancient scriptures in paper or either in other sources describing all the sutras of Buddhism. The Japanese emperor was very inspired, very fascinated, and approved Buddhism as a religion. He was immensely influenced by the cultural influence of Buddhism from ancient China. Thereafter, early Buddhism became very prominent in Japan. And evolved to develop, although it faced several encounters from orthodox elements or conservative elements in Japan, with their antipathy and several violent oppositions. However, Buddhism became very prominent in Japan also. Very prominent in Japan and established different Buddhist sects across the country. There are relevant 6 Buddhist sects. Initially established was in Nara Buddhism, and decades after became very popular as Shingon Buddhism and other sects, including all the primary elements of Zen Buddhism. Shingon Buddhism was an esoteric form of Buddhism, very similar to Tibet's Vajrayana Buddhism, and a Tendai monastic form prevalent in ancient China. Tendai is a form of Mahayana Buddhism, a conservative religion, a sect of conservative religion, with the traditions of esotericism, which worship Buddhas, all statues, and throughout practice of esotericism. This religion was officially declared in Japan in 806 BC by a Japanese monk, Saicha. Saicha established this traditional conservative Buddhist religion in 806 BC. Japanese monk Saicha. Today, the most popular school of Buddhism in Japan is Pure Land of Buddhism. Today, the most popular school of Buddhism in Japan is Pure Land of Buddhism, by worshipping the omnipotent role of Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha Buddha, an incarnation of Lord Buddha. It is also as part of Zen Buddhism as well. And these Buddhist sects are divided into 2 from the beginning. They are Rinzai Buddhism and Soto Buddhism. And years after, a third sect apart also became very prevalent. Obaka Buddhism, which formed in 1661. These are the Buddhist religion prevalent in Japan. The other insignificant religions in Japan are Christianity and other migrant religions, which have no relevance whatsoever. in Japanese culture and traditions. Now we can explain about the Japanese philosophy, ancient philosophy itself. By itself, from the beginning, very onset of ancient Japanese philosophy, and later on, how it evolved. We can develop all these philosophical thoughts in our next episode. Now let me stop this episode.